Hello guys, what's up? And today we are going to see HTML part 3 of the basics, and we are all going to see a new language today which is basically linked with HTML, which is called CSS. Now many of you may know it, and its full form is cascading style sheets. Now this is a very important language if you want better styling in your project. And if you haven't already, please subscribe please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can also watch this video on our website. And also only a small percent of viewers who have watched our videos have actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Alright, and now that this was our last videos done that we've done. We learned the header, the main, and the footer. One thing I want to add here is that in the header you can also give the nav bar. So the nav bar basically means something like this. Let me show you it on our website. Yes, so this dashboard kind of thing, this that gives you the option to go anywhere you want, that is like the nav bar. It is present on all of them. Okay, so let's continue. Here now today we are going to do, of course, the CSS. So now you may be wondering that if we can't write CSS in a HTML file, right? Well, actually you can. Inside the head tag you can just take one tag called style, not CSS tag. Okay, use type style, and inside this we type our CSS, which directly goes to our HTML file. So now let's continue with CSS. Now there are many ways to actually embed CSS to a HTML document. Instead of this, there's another way called link rel. But for that we need to make a new file. So I have got my folder here. I will just make a new file called style.css. Okay, so inside the style.css we can write our everything. So inside index.html, what we will just write is link relation is equals to style sheet. Okay, so now that doesn't mean that it will be linked to that. We need one more thing to do that. We will type reference, hrefs. That basically means like the source of that. So instead of href we can also use like source. But for these link we can't use source. We can use href. And now if I type in this style.css, it will be now this style.css document will be linked to index.html. Let me just show you that. Please don't pay attention to this code, because you will not understand if you don't know CSS. And we can just type font. So now as you can see, it has changed. I said don't pay attention to this code, because I was just giving like that this because of this code now this file is linked to index.html. And I just showed you that how it is. Don't pay attention to that text. We'll just keep it as it is now. Okay. But I recommend you that you should actually just use the style tags, because it is way more quicker and it saves time instead of just going here and typing all of this up. So inside the style tags you can also type the css, like let's suppose just do it like before. And now also, as you can see, it works. So I recommend you that instead of just making a whole new document, what you can just do is you can just write it in a tag. Alright, so now let's move on with css. So now, what is css? um, we use css to actually like give styling to the document. Its full form is cascading style sheets, and it helps a lot if you want to give a background image to the picture, to the html file, or you want to change the font family, or you want to increase the size of the font. Many things you can use css for. So now there are three parts in css. First is the selector. So now the selector, selector is like, if suppose as you see, saw in the first in when I was typing, I used the body tag, and the whole body, in the whole body, the whole it changed the text of it all. But what if I type the class of one, that class of a div or anything, that can also work. But if you want to give it to a whole html document, not a whole html document, but like the body tag or the head tag, then you should use you can use like a head, you can use like head, and then you can type anything you want here. A quicker way to actually do this is that you can, if you want to, okay, another thing, if you want to type the class, so here I have para1. So what I just had to do, dot, wait, how did it do that, dot para1. So inside dot para1, which don't pay attention to this, but inside para1 you will type font wait, let's just let the class be for later on. Okay, now inside index.html you can also type CSS. So there are three parts: the selector and the options. Okay. Oh, sorry. Now here inside the CSS, suppose we want to like give styling to. So this is so easy. Now if I want to give style to body, I'll just type body here. Okay. Let's just change the div of this to just para. This also para, and this also para. So now if I type dot para here, and inside that if I give some styling, let's say font, let me also show you font. So you can change, if you just type font, you will get loads of options here. You can change the font size, font family, font weight, font style, font display, font variant, font feature settings, font strength, font variant ligatures, font kerning, and font language override. Now these all, if you want to give a lot of styling to it, then you can use this all. I personally just use size, family, and weight. and also sometimes style. Let's just go for a family, and here we can just take this. Now you might be seeing, why are there so many why are there so many styles of the, why are there so many types of styles? That's because there are chances that in an HTML document one style can't work. So then we have a backup, then again a backup, then again a backup. So it's for that. And now if I save this, then as you can see, it is working. All right. And as you know that I have given the div class para to every one of these. Okay, it will still work. And if you just want to give it directly to the body, you can, but no need to put that full stop there. You can also put hashtag, actually, hashtag body, or else you can also put hashtag para. That can also work. Yeah, wait. Yes, you can't put hashtag para. Hashtag, you just need to put dot para. That is your only option for a class. Okay, and you can also give the name to, like the header, the tags like that. Or what you can just do is, if I just type header here, okay, then it only goes to the header. So what are the rules of CSS? Is that first you need to classify what thing you want to style, okay, and then after that you need to type what you want, like what styles you want to do. And also another important thing is, you might be wondering, why am I adding this and this here? Well, it's very important for a CSS document, because without them the CSS will not work. After you classify something, then you put these curly brackets, and if you press enter in Visual Studio Code, this one stays there and the other one comes here, so that, and inside that you can just type the style you want. And without these, let's see, if I don't add these, then it will not work. But let's say, suppose I want to add these. Yes, as you enter, then it can just do like that. Yes, so now it will work. Yes. So now that you know how to classify something, if you want to classify a class, then you put like a dot here. But if you want to, you can also, if you also want to classify an ID, okay. Now there is another thing called ID, which is also as important as a class. So if suppose I put the ID is just like a class. It's like the name of a tag. So if I put the ID hello world, and now instead of this, I type here hello world, then it will not work out. But if I put here dot hello world, wait, also we need hashtag here. Oh, sorry. Yes, then now it will work. So an important thing, if you're classifying a class, then you need to put a full stop at the start. But if you're classifying an ID, it's like the name of the tag, then you put a full stop. Okay. Now I think so in the next video, in the next part, I will give a bit more detail about these options. I will go through a whole walkthrough of these options, so that you will see that how many options we can use, how many like things we can do, how many styles we can do. I will just give like a styling that. For now, I was just giving an introduction to CSS, and now you will know how to define uh, the a tag, how to define a tag or a class or an ID in CSS. And when you define it, then you can just type the style inside it, and it will just work out on your CSS document. Now, as I said before, you can also use the wrinkle style sheet. And actually, if I just control the C and backspace this and go in style.css, why is it not working? Yes. So, and if I save both of these, then it will still work. So even if you like write the CSS in different ways, like it means like in different things, that even after that also you can still it will be just the same. All right. And so I think so that will be it for today. And in the next video I will show you more about the options you can use to style your HTML document, and that will actually help you to style a document. So I think so that will be it for today, guys, and bye bye. And also you can find this video on our website, and also subscribe to SVRJ Kids and like this video. Drop a comment down below of how you feel I introduced you to CSS, and I'll see you in the next one. So bye bye.